Hello, today we are going to learn how to play the first 5 notes on our flute. First things first, we need to make sure we have good posture, so let's stand up nice and straight with our back straight and our shoulders up and back. We're going to bring the flute to us and not hunch down to get to our flute. It's really important that you know the correct finger positioning before you play, so we're going to talk about all the places where your fingers are going to lie. Now, starting off with your left hand, this very first tiny key right here, not this one, but this one, is where your index finger is going to go. We're going to skip this next key, and then comes the middle finger and the ring finger. Our left hand pinky is going to fall on that one, and our left hand thumb is going to be on this thumb key back here, like that. In the right hand, our index finger is going to go with this key, just the one right before this one right here. Index, middle, pinky, our index, middle, ring, and then our pinky falls on the pinky key right here. Now you're going to want to use the side of your index finger in your left hand and your thumb in your right hand to balance the flute. It's really important that you balance the flute well, or else when you go to certain fingerings, such as C, that only have 2 fingers on the flute, you may become unstable, you may not be able to switch to the next fingering, you may drop the flute, all sorts of bad things can happen. So we want to make sure that we're balancing and holding our flute correctly. The other thing that's really important is that when we're fingering keys, that we're not going like this and jumping around all over the place, that we're staying as close as we possibly can to the keys and using really small movements. Now, you've already practiced getting a sound in the head joint, so we're going to jump right in to fingering our first note, which is going to be B flat. So B flat is going to go in the left hand, index, thumb, and the right hand, index, pinky. It's going to sound like this. The next note we're going to learn is C. C is going to be index finger in the left hand and pinky in the right hand. Now, if you notice, there's only 2 fingers on the flute, so this one can be a little bit tricky, so make sure that you're worrying about your balance. Another thing that will help with your balancing is your index finger and your right hand against this piece right here. So let's try C. So far we have B flat and C. Next is going to be D. D, we're going to add our left hand thumb back in. We're going to have our second finger in our left hand and our third finger in our right hand. In the left hand, rather. In the right hand, we're going to have index, middle, ring. So in the left hand, we have thumb, middle, or middle, ring, thumb. In the right hand, we have index, middle, ring. This is D. To get our E flat note, we're just going to add the pinky in our right hand. So we have D and E flat. The final note we're going to learn is F. This F, we're going to add in our first finger in our left hand. So we have all of our fingers except for our pinky down in our left hand. In the right hand, we're just going to have our index and our pinky like this. That's our F. So far, we have B flat, C, D, E flat, and F. Let's put them all together. Make sure when you're practicing to focus on keeping good air support and getting a good tone and making the finger movements as small as possible.